Okay, so we're back in Unity and we're going to do some camera work today. I've moved the camera from the last tutorial back to the 0 position. It was at -5, I believe. Oops, that is not the camera. Right here. I think it was at -5 where we left off yesterday, so we'll leave that on, and you can see here we have kind of like a third-person controller kind of thing going on. And what I want to do is make you know, a very simple smooth follow cam. All this stuff is really not going to be in the final product, but for now I want to do that. So the way I'm going to go about this is I'm going to see here for a second. I think I'm going to use the player manager for this for now. Actually no, I'm going to create a new script here in scripts, and I'll just call it camera manager for now, and just drop that onto the camera and then open it up. So I'll delete all that, and then I'm gonna need some public variables here. So one is called one is a transform called target, and the other one is a float called smoothing, and we'll default that to I say about maybe 6, and then we'll have a vector 3, a private called offset. So because these are public, they will show up in a second right here, and we can set a target, which is going to be our player. Let's move this camera out of the player, by the way. So yeah, drag that player right there in the target, and it will now target the transform of the transform component. So that's right here, the transform component. Always think of it like this: you have your game object, and then you have a couple of components added to that: the transform, the rigid body, the player input. That will dictate what you can do, and you can, you know, mess with all these values in your script. It's all very simple once you get that sort of in your head. Reference the game object, get the components. You can do anything you want. Right, so back in our script, camera manager, we'll need a start void start. And what we're doing here is we're setting up the offset, basically. So the way we do that is whenever you let me just finish this for a second. Whenever you reference something like transform directly in a script, what you're talking about is the transform component of the game object that this script is attached to. In this case, our camera owns this script right here, and it can reference all these components pretty much directly. So you just do transform.position, means you're talking about the camera position. That's done. And then in fix update, we get a new vector 3, call it target position. Minus the offset, because you want to pull it back a little bit. and then set the transform position of this camera, because we're referencing transform directly, to a new vector 3, and use a Lerp function. Now Lerp is used to make smooth transitions between one value and another. So in this case, transform.position, so the position of the camera to the target position. And then smoothing is apply like this, and then delta time. So we apply the smoothing to it by using our smoothing value, and then time.delta time, which makes sure that it doesn't go all crazy, and it's just yeah, that should be it. Let's see if that works. No, something is horribly wrong there. We're moving around, but something went horribly wrong there. Let's just try to see. Oh, I know. So what's happening here is we need to somehow give a minus offset to the Z position, because the Z position is -5 over here, and then when we hit play it goes to like 4.9, so that needs to be reversed, and the Y position goes all wonky as well. I can see they should basically just be reversed. In fact, I did mess up as usual. There we go. So as you can see, we have like a sort of a camera delay smoothing thing going on now. It's quite nice. Again, it's in no way anything we're gonna use in the final product, but it's an iterative process, and I quite like this. So I'm gonna leave it there for now, and in the next episode, which comes tomorrow, we'll probably do some more of this, the computer playing itself stuff, so that gets a little bit more clear, because I guess it might be a bit of an off the wall concept, but it'll get really clear in the next episode.